Yes, I've been watching your investigation from the audience seating. An assassin? How dreadful. Oh. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof. Oh, but I do, Mr. The Killer. Or Mr. Doe. If that is your real name. Oh, Mr. Doe. You seem to be a very cautious person. However, today seems to be different, because you left this behind. You must be mistaken. That does not belong to me. Or perhaps you have evidence that proves otherwise. Mr. Doe, is your injury alright? The wound seems to have opened. Oh dear. Oh my god. Indeed it is. Quite troublesome. Yes, I'm sure it is. You have my deepest sympathies. After all, you would have escaped had your wound not opened up. What do you mean? There is no mistaking that the one who wore this raincoat was injured. And I can prove that person was you. With this. Okay. Oh wow, that's great. The killer doesn't actually sweat, but the ice cream starts to melt. Nice touch. On the inside of this raincoat there is a small blood stain. It's the blood of the assassin. Oh no! Oh wow, how perfectly that landed. Wait, is the eyeball a cherry? Attacking the president is a serious crime, pal. You'll cause an international incident. No matter how long you keep silent, your true nature will soon come to light. A blood test will settle this. The blood from the raincoat, and the blood from your bandaged arm. I have all the evidence I need. Why don't you just admit it? You're the assassin who attacked the president. I am not the assassin. You don't know when to give up. This was a game of chess. You would have been checkmated a long time ago. Admit your defeat gracefully. No. He seems completely unfazed. I suppose I have no choice. I'll admit it. Indeed, the raincoat is mine. He confessed, sir. Arrest him! Arrest him! However, that does not mean I shot the president. What's that, pal? Prosecutor Edgeworth. All you have proven is that I wore the raincoat. What sort of crime is that? Oh, okay. Mr. Doe's testimony part 2. I am no assassin. I am just a simple ice cream salesman. All I did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a state of panic. Are you satisfied this time? His story's getting fishier by the minute. He's really suspicious. Glaring at me won't help. We've got evidence. Here, look at this guy in the red raincoat. That's gotta be the assassin. I see. That is certainly not me. I was on the right side all along. What? Prosecutor Edgeworth. Please consider this carefully. Was I really the only one who wore a red raincoat? Whether he was or not, the person in the photo can only be Mr. Doe. But why? This man's self-confidence and intensity. Well, he is an assassin. A good one at that. To be fair, one of my favourite things about the anime is that John Doe, or the killer's voice actor, absolutely nails the character. Like, his voice just suits him perfectly. I'm no assassin, I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. Right, yeah. Press everything. As an ice cream salesman, you must know quite a bit about ice cream. But of course, ask me anything you wish. Curses! Foiled again! I don't know anything about ice cream. So, what's the most important thing about making ice cream? Mr. Edgeworth? The most important thing about making ice cream is honor. Honor? To make ice cream? Without honor, ice cream is nothing more than sweet ice. Do you understand? I am just a simple ice cream salesman. Okay, that was a weird tangent. I really want to get this to set off too. Hold it. No, I don't think it's gonna work. Oh man. Fine. So why did you use a raincoat instead of an umbrella? Is it strange to wear a raincoat on a rainy day? It's strange to purposely wear a raincoat when you can't get your arm into it. If both my hands were occupied, I wouldn't be able to serve ice cream. Why didn't you mention that in your testimony earlier? I forgot. I'm terribly sorry. It must have slipped my mind. After all, I had just gone through all that. All that? The shooting of the president, of course. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. So the bodyguards reacted before the gunshot went off? Yes, the bodyguards moved first. The one on the left side of the stage, in particular. You saw it all quite clearly. I have good eyesight. The names are written on the upper left of the security plan. The bodyguard on the left side would be Rook. Yeah, Mr. Rook. That is correct. A Mr. Ethan Rook, I believe. Perhaps he noticed the light from the laser pointer. That man is no ordinary individual. From their actions, I don't believe that the bodyguards were amateurs. This man isn't an ordinary individual either. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. There's one fishy thing about that testimony. There. The fact he knows him on a first-name basis. We only know him as a Mr. Rook. We don't know that he's called Ethan, but somehow he does. And I'm under the impression that is not common knowledge. And on the security plans as well, it only says Leader Rook. It does not say his first name. You're full of shit, man. Damn. It seems you aren't just a simple ice cream salesman after all. You think too highly of me, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Why would a simple ice cream salesman know the name of the president's bodyguard? The name of the bodyguard? Surely you jest. Didn't you say their names just a moment ago? No. Mr. Knightley and Mr. Rook. Correct. Well, yeah, we did. But you said Ethan. This is a diagram of the security plans. We learnt their names from this. However, please look. Only their surnames are written here. Oh! You distinctly said Ethan Rook. How did you know his full name when we did not? Oh, he's sweating again. That's pretty weird, sir. Why do you know his name? Explain yourself. That was merely a slip of the tongue. Yeah, of course. It's true, this guy is the assassin. Oh, young lady, you're being a little hasty. The reason I knew his name is quite simple. What? I am an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's. What? He and I have a bit of a connection. His is a name that I will never forget. Mr. Edgeworth, he's just telling a big fat lie. This is not a lie. I am just a simple ice cream salesman. And an acquaintance of Ethan Rook's. My god. In that case, let's just ask Rook himself about this. Whether or not he's acquainted with this dubious ice cream salesman. As you wish. However, that may prove difficult now. He is currently busy with the President's security, after all. Besides, even if I am not an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's, does that prove that I fired the gun? If you aren't the assassin, then why did you remove the raincoat? It was a little hot, and the rain had stopped. I wanted to air out the wound. Is there a problem with that? Ugh. I just can't seem to corner him. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Hurry up and arrest him. A man's so suspicious, I'd even arrest him myself. Arrest him without evidence? How could I do such a thing? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? Breaking news, the criminal is on the verge of escaping the prosecutor. Oh dear, they're already treating me like a criminal. I understand. Since I've been suspected this far, it seems I will have to tell the truth. The truth? What is he up to? I saw another person wearing a red hood. What? What? Surely that was the person who was in the photo. I first noticed him right before the speech when it was still raining. He caught my eye because his raincoat was the same colour as mine. In his hand I saw a laser pointer with the light aimed directly at the president. It can't be. There was another person wearing a red hood. I knew that if I wore the red raincoat, I'd be mistaken for the assassin. That is why I took off the raincoat. You saw an assassin wearing the same colour hood as yours. Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence? That's what I expected you would say, which is why I did not testify as such. Prosecutor, the prosecutors and the police are a suspicious lot. I knew that nobody would believe me. At the moment of the incident, the assassin was very close to the prosecutor. Prosecutor? I only arrived after the incident. Not you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. That prosecutor over there. Payne. Huh? Me? Yes, you should be visible in that photo. And he is. Oh no, I think I see where this is going. Because who was Payne stood in front of? Here, right in front of the person in the red hood. That's me, alright. What's your point? What's this man driving at? I've been observing your investigation this entire time, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I've noticed something strange. Something strange? It seems you still haven't noticed this contradiction yet. Now, the one thing I noticed in that photo is a certain yellow Parker is nowhere to be seen. It's especially suspicious considering you could overhear Payne talking to somebody on the tape recorder. A contradiction? In this photo, the people who can be seen are the Chief, Mr. Payne, and the assassin. I don't see anything strange. Please think back carefully about the circumstances during the President's speech. I believe you're holding the evidence that contradicts this photo. Do I have evidence that contradicts this photo? Yes. Does it actually say? I mean, there, Nicole. Shrill old man. Another old man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. One of those is Payne. I don't know which, though. Alright. It can't be. There's a contradiction between the photo and the tape. It seems you've noticed. Mr. Edgeworth, what's going on? There is a person missing from this photograph. Huh? Who is it? Yes. It's rather strange. Someone who should be there, but is not. The person who should be in this photo is... Oh no, I really hope it's not you. Well, she seemed like such a nice character, and reminded me a lot of Hart. Huh? Miss Swift? I'm waiting for her to realise. Like, what? Why would you say that? Mr. Payne's voice was recorded on Miss Swift's tape. He was whispering quietly with the Chief Prosecutor. Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was two older men. They kept on whispering to each other. It seems Miss Swift was near Payne when she recorded the speech. Ah, but she isn't anywhere in this photo. That is correct. Now, Mr. Prosecutor. Who is the one you should be pursuing? Uh-oh. Oh no. Nicole Swift, would you mind giving us your testimony? Come on, it feels weird when you talk all formal like that. It's fine, I ain't got nothing to hide. I really hope it isn't her. Miss Swift's testimony. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. So quit making that scary face. It ain't what you think. We'll find out. Oh, jeez. Boom, boom. Mr. Payne and the Chief Prosecutor. Why would Nicole be lying? That would mean... It'd mean Nicole Swift is the assassin, pal. You're gotta be kidding me. I ain't done nothing like that. Be that as it may, however, there is a contradiction in your testimony. Huh. I don't reckon so. No, sir. It appears I must reveal this contradiction as with evidence. Alright. You were moving around while you were recording. Why were you doing that? Huh? What do you mean, why? I mean, why? Surely when recording a speech, it is best to remain still. That's... well, you know the importance of covering a story from every angle. I wanted to convey the living, breathing event in print. Yes, sirree, you betcha. If you were moving around, I doubt your tape would have picked up anything coherent. Well, it's like I done said. Shuffling here and there. Here and there. Could you be more specific? Such as the side you are on? When I say here and there, it means just that. I was all about the place. You couldn't swing a dead cat in that crowd. You expect me to remember where I was? Could you at least remember if it was the left or the right side? Left, I reckon. Oh dear. The person in the photo is also on the left side. Is this just a coincidence? Her yellow parka's nowhere. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. I don't reckon so. No, not really. Mostly because if you actually look at Payne, and I'm assuming the guy with the grey hair is the Chief Prosecutor, it looks as if he's whispering to him. I mean, they're quite close together. It just looks like he's whispering in his ear. Oh dear. Miss Swift, a reporter shouldn't lie. I ain't lying. I am an honest journalist. Perhaps, but there's no denying that the photo and the recording were taken at the same time. That's so? What makes you say that? The truth lies in these photos. This photo could only have been taken at the same time as your recording. Which spot shows that this was taken at the same time as the recording? This? Do I just show Payne? I would have said so. It just looks like they're whispering. Unless it's the president. Oh, I can't remember what happened. After they whispered, didn't the president shout? I can't remember. I'll go with the president. Whether or not this is actually right. It's one or the other. Can you see the president with his fist raised in the air? What about it? Miss Swift, might we hear your tape one more time? Nuh-uh. You ain't gonna hear a word. The way you've been treating me. Would you rather we charge you with obstruction of justice and seize it from you? Fine, you win. I'm no match for you, Mr. Prosecutor. The question is, during which part of his speech did the president raise his fist? It was when he said, like, the hammer of justice, I think. So, no matter what sort of heinous criminal organisation there is, I will not allow them to exist. Oh, there we go. The president raises his fist in the air, the atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch. Oh, I don't have to actually choose. Raises his fist straight from the horse's mouth, sir. This tape was recorded at the moment the president raised his fist overhead. Then that means... Okay, so Payne is quite literally just incredibly close to the Chief Prosecutor. Nicole... not being in this photo is really strange. Oh, but she is in the photo. Right here. The person in the red hood. It was you, Nicole Swift. Ah! Oh dear. The bear trap snapped shut. You're the real assassin, aren't you, pal? That ain't so. I ain't never worn that red raincoat. This red raincoat in question belongs to... John Doe. I mean, we've already said as such. The raincoat's owner is Mr. Doe, that much has been proven. You were wearing something else. A different red hood. You mean there were 2 red hoodies, sir? Mr. Doe's last testimony was true. But we didn't find any of the red raincoat. What Mr. Doe saw was a red hood, not a raincoat. Miss Swift, what was it you told us earlier about your parka? Oh, it flips inside out, doesn't it? Oh, you mean when I said I ain't worried about it getting all dirty? It's reversible, so all I gotta do is turn it inside out and... is it red? As I thought. Mr. Edgeworth, the inside of her parka is red. Oh, damn. Indeed, and during the incident she was using that side. What? Hey pal, what's the big idea? You're wrong. I've been wearing it like this the whole day. Well then, will you allow me to examine your parka? What are you expecting to find? We know it was raining prior to the President's speech. I believe you said earlier. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Yeah, come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. If you really didn't turn your parka inside out, then the inside should be dry. Hang on a minute, I ain't taking off this heavy backpack and putting it back on again. So, sorry. Can't we do this another time? You think you can fool Mr. Edgeworth with that, pal? Alright then, pal. If we're really wrong, prove it. Show us the inside of the parka. It wasn't me. I ain't no assassin. Miss Swift, if you want me to believe that, then you need to cooperate with us. Will you please tell us why you wore the red side of the parka? I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I had my reasons, honest. I'll tell you everything, just quit bullying me. But, hold it. Ooh? Ooh? Whose voice was that? 'Twas I. Hold on a sec. It's a little too early for the endgame. Huh? Oh. Zvari. Oh, I really just want to hear that. Okay, he doesn't look that similar to him. At this point, it's just the hair. Hey, you in the fancy suit. Why's you got a neck brace? Have you been jumping the gun ever since your opening move? This man was in Kay's photo. Whoa, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is... Knightley. What the fuck? Alright, cool guy. I really hope this doesn't play all the time. Jesus. Horace Knightley, the President's bodyguard. Second in command of his personal security unit. Ah! Watch it, pal. That's not a toy. Whoa, my bad. She just wants to come out and play. Can't seem to help it. Why do you have a gun if you're not a police officer? She's a lady of Zengfar. Only the President's bodyguards are authorized to use it. Anyway, back to business. I got some news for you. There's good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? Makes no difference to me. Do as you wish. You sure? I'm giving you the first move. Alright, I gotcha. I'll start with my pawn. It seems you enjoy chess. You play too, Mr. Fancy Suit. It's Edgeworth, and I do have a fondness for chess. Is that so? Well then, Chessmaster Edgeworth, I'll start with the good news. The President's safe. Not even a scratch on him. Really? That's great, pal. So it was attempted murder, I guess. It seems that the young lady was not a murderer after all. Good for you, Nicole. But Whoa there. Don't forget, there's still bad news. The President is safe because his bodyguards protected him. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. It was the leader who protected him. Oh, the President's... Oh no, Rook died. At the cost of his own life. That would be the other bodyguard. Rook, was it? Yeah, that's right. Rook died to protect the President. Jesus. Being a bodyguard would be tough. Mostly because of that, you have to put someone else's life before your own. Ugh. What? Is that so? Rook is dead. What a shame. That means... Nicole... It means that the little lady killed him. My brother-in-arms. That ain't true. I ain't a murderer. Oh dear. Well there, pipe down, little Miss Murderer. He's got one hell of a set of teeth on him. They're huge. Jeez. Even if we had to make a sacrifice to protect the king. It was a pretty bad move. That castling. Sacrifices in castles? What's he talking about, sir? They're all chess terms. He's saying Rook's life was exchanged for the president's. This guy sure talks funny, sir. Horace Knightley, was it? What do you want? I'd like to examine the victim's body as soon as possible. And if it's possible, I'd like to question the president. Sorry, but I can't let you do that. What? I got another piece of news for you, and this one's a doozy. There's another piece of news. From here on out, this investigation will be handled by the Zengfar police. What? What's going on, pal? This case is under our jurisdiction. You have no right to interfere. You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? The President knows about you solving the Yatagarasu case. I'm honoured. That's why the Chief Prosecutor designated you to be in charge of the case. It seems the Chief Prosecutor made a little appeal to the President, but it looks like you're the wrong guy for the job. I didn't know you'd have this kind of reaction. It's the President's orders. If you oppose, you'll cause an international incident, capiche? Ugh, great. Hey little lady, get over here. We'll continue your questioning inside the President's plane. No. I didn't do nothing. Oh wow. Hey now, don't be a baby. You scared of a little Zengfar justice? Mr. Prosecutor, please help me. Miss Swift? It's clear that Miss Swift was the person in the red hood. However, that doesn't mean that the whole truth has been revealed. I really didn't do it. Please, believe me. Oof. Is it really alright for it to end this way? All I see is a girl with eyes full of fear, pleading for help. Certainly not someone who's committed a heinous crime. If I stand aside now and do nothing, the truth will be lost to the darkness. Well? What? Yeah! What happened? What? What? What the? You... Oh shit! Silence. What the is an impolite way to greet someone. Oh man, I thought my game was like glitching out then. But the audio is just really weird for this, I guess. Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten. No, not you, not now. It seems you've remembered. Hey, what are you doing? Cut it out, pal. You got some nerve to do that right in front of a detective and a prosecutor. Stop. Stay out of this. He's out of your league. Mr. Doe, who on earth are you? I'm not merely a simple ice cream salesman. He's a professional assassin. His name is... Shelley the Killer. Yeah, we know. I've played Justice for All. Shelley the Killer. Is it gonna have a flashback? There's no one in law enforcement who doesn't know that, or know the name the Killer. An assassin who will carry out any request without fail. He was once involved in a case I handled. It's been a while, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although I do believe this is our first face-to-face meeting. The real assassin was you all along. That is correct. I received a request from a key individual. To take the President's life. I should have seen his face before in the case files. Curses. Foiled again! I was careless. I'm glad I hid a knife inside my bandage before I entered the park. Even though my calculations were a little off. A knife? Not a gun? No, Mr. Knightley. Shall we play that game you love so much? Of course, the stakes will be your life. What are your demands? I want you to relinquish investigative authority back to Prosecutor Edgeworth. Investigative authority? What are you playing at? I simply want you to allow Edgeworth to continue his investigation. Huh? Why do you want that? Rook is an opponent who is connected to me by fate. I would like to discover the truth about his death. When that man died, the investigative authority was transferred to you. I am simply asking you to give it back to this prosecutor. With your life at stake, this really isn't the time to be stubborn. Why you... You're just using the investigation to get close to the president. And what if I am? Indeed, in order to continue the investigation, it is necessary that we enter the president's plane. As the leader of the president's bodyguards, I won't allow it. Oh? I thought you were only second in command. Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge. I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was. What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now. Very well. In that case, please exercise judgment befitting of a leader. You can lose your life here, needlessly. Or will you allow the investigation to continue? He's using the investigation as an excuse? Why would he go to all that trouble? What is this man thinking? Who knows? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections. Let's continue the investigation. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir? For now, we have no choice but to accept his proposal. At least we'll be able to investigate. But, listen well, detective. My god. I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up all your men. Surround the president's plane so that he can't escape. Right. Roger that, sir. Oh, fuck me. No! Of all the times, I don't want it now. Great. Do I end the session here, though? Yes. Oh god, it seems like every case in this is going to take forever. Shit. Wow, alright. Jesus. Crazy. Bum 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 ba-da-da-ba. Oh god, the death of the bodyguard Ethan Rook. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm going to end the session here. So, that is going to be the end of this session. I already really like this game. The cases seem to be longer already, which is interesting. It's been 90 minutes and I've only done half of the first case. But either way, that's going to be the end of the session. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care.